What this artist chanted on stage at Glastonbury is absolutely not okay. He didn't just chant Free Palestine. Wait for what he says
free,
after.
Free! 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 Alright, but have you heard this one though? Death to the IDF! Death to the IDF! Death to the IDF! Death to the IDF!
Absolutely horrifying.
Hell yeah, from the river to the sea, Palestine must be, will be, inshallah, it will be free.
Oh my goodness, I mean, first of all, why has Glastonbury become all about Palestine? Like, hello, we're in Britain, why is what's going on in the Middle East not just the main topic of our politics, but the main topic of our music festivals now? Why is he chanting death to the IDF? He's essentially, you could say that is incitement of violence against IDF soldiers, wishing death upon them. And this was what he had behind him. You saw the Free Palestine flag behind him in that clip we just looked at, but it also says Free Palestine. United Nations have called it a genocide. The BBC calls it a conflict. I find it absolutely hilarious how the Free Palestine lot think that the BBC are, being way too kind to Israel in their reporting, when, if anything, I think we all know. Well, I mean, the BBC in a report was shown to have breached their own guidelines on the Israel-Hamas conflict over 1,500 times. And I think the vast majority of those times were where it was giving a pro-Hamas stance rather than one that gives a balanced view that puts Israel in, a balanced light. I mean, this is the organisation which just quotes Hamas figures on death counts and reports about who's killed who just as fact rather than questioning them, even though they come from a terrorist organisation. But anyway, so that was Bob Vylan. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. But anyway, he wasn't the only controversial figure to make an appearance at Glastonbury. We also had Kneecap were able to make an appearance despite a heck of a lot of controversy over whether they should be allowed to appear or not. And did they keep it civil? Did they keep it nice? No, absolutely not. So not only did they chant "fuck Keir Starmer" and get crowds to chant along, but they also were urging the crowd to riot. Yes, and I'm not joking, that this wasn't just a general "oh, let's go riot," not really meaningful. It was actually with a time and a place, because one of the people in the Kneecap band is going to be in court for carrying a Hezbollah flag, with Hezbollah being a prescribed terrorist organisation. He's going to be in Westminster court, and he has urged people not just to turn up and, hold a placard and protest peacefully. He has urged them to riot. Will Keir Starmer now denounce the rappers as far-right thugs inciting violence? I doubt he will. I mean, he did say that they shouldn't perform, but I highly doubt that what they said at Glastonbury will be met with the same force as people who put up tweets during the Southport riots. But anyway, let's look at the detail of what is going on here. So you've got the lead rapper Leon Ohana, sorry. He is on unconditional bail at the moment after being charged with terrorism for supporting Hezbollah, which is prescribed, as of course you will know. And this is what they said on stage. Mochara is back in court for a trumped-up terrorism charge. It's not the first time there's been a miscarriage of justice for an Irish person in the British justice system. So now you know he's available on the 20th of August at Westminster. Support Mochara and let's start a riot in the courts. Not just outside the courts, but in them. Not sure how they're going to get in, but God knows what is going to happen. Later on in the hour-long set, Mochara, the guy who is going to be appearing in court, said the Prime Minister of your country, not mine, said he didn't want us to play, so fuck Keir Starmer, before leading a chant against Starmer. So there you go. Now, as far as incitement goes, this is where, as I said, you've been given a time and a place. So one of the big controversies about people who were put in prison for tweets during the Southport riots is you had people who were not naming a time and a place. Okay, they were very vaguely possibly supporting the riots in some way, but they weren't actually saying, hey guys, let's go meet here at 7 p.m. with pitchforks and have a riot and cause hell. That is incitement, where you've got time and a place, right? So there was a lot of questions about whether the people who put up those tweets should have received any punishment whatsoever. But in this case, I feel like it is the most obvious, crystal clear case of somebody inciting riots. 20th of August, Westminster courts. Let's start a riot, it says. What will they do? Let's see. And also, they didn't exactly behave themselves, because as you all know, Palestine Action is becoming a prescribed terrorist organisation. So not only has this band been waving around Hezbollah flags, which is a prescribed terrorist organisation, they are now wearing the Palestine Action t-shirt on stage at Glastonbury. Now, they will get away with wearing that t-shirt because it hasn't quite come into law yet. It is now Saturday, and we are expecting that on Monday it will be passed into law that Palestine Action is a prescribed terrorist organisation. But it was really pushing it a little bit. And that's not all the drama from Glastonbury. We've also had Jeremy Corbyn make this political statement.
If you can see that far, look on the wall right over there that surrounds this wonderful festival. And there's a message on that wall for President Donald Trump. And you know what it says? Build bridges, not walls.
Oh my days. Build bridges, not walls. Do you know why there is a fence? A big, big fence that's far more stronger than the British border around Glastonbury? Because maybe it would ruin it for everybody else if anyone who wanted to could walk in for free, whilst those who paid their fair share get no better deal than the people who didn't pay anything and walked in for free. Isn't it a little bit similar to illegal migration, that people pay their taxes all of their life to, you know, be able to access the NHS, schools, and, you know, use the roads, etc. But then someone who just comes across illegally, they get far more than the people who have paid in their whole lives, not even just equal. Okay, so maybe Jeremy Corbyn, there is a reason why there is a fence around there. He's saying there, build bridges, not walls. What do you want to do? Build a bridge between here and France for illegal migrants? No gate on it, nothing. No toll booth, not even a toll booth. Just open, no gate, nothing. Illegal migrant bridge. No need to pay for a dinghy anymore. The British state will fund a bridge between here and France. I mean, what planet are you on, Jeremy Corbyn? But clearly the crowd there absolutely lapped it up. So there we go. So what do you think, guys? Is Glastonbury, well, the question GB News were asking is Glastonbury a hate fest? To me, it seemed from what Bob Vylan, or Vylan, however you say his name is, and what Kneecap said, that it very much was. Not that every single young'un at the festival was supporting them, though, because you did have some crowds at the Kneecap event rebelling and singing God Save the King, being patriotic. But I do worry for the future of this country when you do have all these young'uns chanting death to the IDF quite happily and lapping it up when Kneecap say, let's go riot at Westminster courts. Slightly concerning. Anyway, that is the latest. I'm Chloe Dobbs. Thank you for watching. Hope you are surviving the heatwave, and make sure you subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss out on any more videos.